and what is going on here. The weather has been cold recently, last couple of days, but before that it's been quite warm. But it's kind of a bit wet. It's not really raining, but it's kind of damp and cold. So here I am, wearing my purple fleece. Right, today in history, the film Big in 1988, directed by Penny Marshall, starring Tom Hanks, premiered in the US. Okay, let's see. In 1976, Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody goes gold. Alright, let's see if anything interesting. Famous birthdays. Right, Jefferson Davis, born 1808, died 1889. George V, King George V, born 1865, died 1936. Let's pick one more. Josephine Baker, born 1906 and died 1975. Happy birthday to all of them. If your birthday is today, happy birthday. I hope you eat some cake and you get some good presents and you have a really good day. Right, so we're gonna get on with our day. So I'm looking at my camera over here. Okay. You know what I'm really excited about right now? In a couple of weeks, I've got my hearing aid appointment and I'm really excited about that. I'm also really excited that this part of my life, this point of my life, is going to be so different. And I'm really looking forward to a better, happier, healthier, and just more meaningful life, I guess. Doing what I love, and I hope to make a living that way. Right, AFC Fan 14. Hi, thank you. AFC BC Fan 14, I'm happy for you. Thank you so much, I really appreciate it. Right, let's see what else we can talk about. Heidi, what is this? I'm not sure what you mean. Hi, Heidi. My day is going really well now. I finished work for the day, so I'm just chilling out here with you. Alright. Let's look up some old... Good. Oh, thank you. I hope you have a really good day as well. Shall we look up some true crime or something else? What can we ask Google? You like my headphones? Thank you so much. They're just normal wireless headphones. And then I just bought the ears and attached them. I have a couple of colors. I'm excited to use a different color another time. Oh, I love that. I hope she loves her ears. I've got pink ones as well. Thank you. Right. That's been quite cold, so let's see. Let's see what the temperature is in another part of the world. Let's see Australia. 14 degrees Celsius. Not bad, not bad. Or I can search, what's the hottest place in the world? She loves blue. Oh, that's really cool. I like blue as well. Hottest place on earth. Death Valley. Death Valley is the hottest place on earth. We have a bit of information here about Death Valley. This is really fascinating. I love learning new things. Right, in July 1913, I'm in Brighton in England. Right, so in July 1913, observers in Furnace Creek, California, Death Valley, watched the thermometer reach 56.7 degrees Celsius, that's 134 degrees Fahrenheit, and declared it to be the highest temperature ever recorded on Earth. Wow, that is super duper hot. From Bournemouth. Bournemouth. You from Bournemouth? Oh, that's cool. Not too far then from here. Thank you for the hearts. Okay, here's a bit of information about Death Valley. For many decades, Death Valley has been heralded as the hottest place on Earth, thanks to its record-setting hottest temperature recorded at Furnace Creek Ranch in July of 1913 at 134 degrees Fahrenheit, 56.7 degrees Celsius. Okay, let's see. I love sciencey stuff. Do you love sciencey stuff? Right, let's see. I'm going to go into this website. Right, okay, here we go. Yeah. One challenge to the name, the hottest place on Earth, sprawling desert environments like Death Valley or the African Sahara probably spring to mind. However, extreme heat nearly matching those examples can occur on 5 continents. And some of these hottest places are evenly densely populated by humans. Yeah. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, some information here. Deserts, as you may expect, tend to be much hotter in the daytime than biomes near large bodies of water, thanks to their low relative humidity. I really severely dislike being in high humidity temperatures. It just makes it really hard to breathe. Okay, here we go. So regular precipitation has a cooling effect on soil surface temperature. Lush plant life helps shade the ground and pull heat-soaking greenhouse gases from the surrounding air. Understand? Low altitude valleys also tend to be much hotter than high altitude mountains due to an increase in air density as you get nearer to the pull of the Earth's gravity. I agree. That sounds true. All right. I'm going to talk about a person um, who has had at least 2 documentaries made on her, and she seemed to have scammed quite a lot of people, including banks, and ended up in prison. But now I believe she's out. I need to double check if she's gone back to prison again, but I doubt it. She might have been sent back to Germany. Okay, I'm gonna look up. Have you heard of this lady called Anna Delvey? So, Anna is kind of infamous now for what she did. So, her last name actually is called Sorokin, but she picked the name of Delvey to sound, I guess, more interesting. So according to Wikipedia, she's a con artist and a fraudster, and that's what we know. So she pretended to be a wealthy heiress. Initially, she was in the US and mainly in New York as a student, but for some reason, she started pretending that she's a wealthy heiress. I think she mainly stayed in Manhattan, and when she would go out with her friends or just groups of people, she would pretend that she's going to get some money soon, but she's waiting for her, that she's waiting for her, um, waiting to get some money so she can owe those people back. But then she never does, and she just walks out without paying her bills, whether at restaurants or hotels. And there's one infamous moment when she befriends this lady in New York, and she convinces her, "You have to go? Okay, take care. I hope you have a good day. Catch you later." Right, so she convinces this friend of hers to go to Morocco, and they go to this fancy hotel. And she tells her friend that she's waiting, or she uses a credit card, I guess, to book initially their rooms. But after having a good time, and before they leave, obviously the hotel wants to be paid. She keeps telling like the hotel workers that she's waiting to get some money. But she gets scared, and especially her friend, because like the more time goes by, the more they get irritated, more impatient they get for her to pay her bills. So, there come a time. Oh hey, hiya. So there comes a time when they basically don't make them where they can't leave the hotel until they pay the bill. So they're almost imprisoned in the hotel. Hi FCB fan, wonderful, welcome back. So then she has no choice but her friend uses her work credit card to pay off their bills and is really scared to be fired because it's a really high amount, and I think it's something like $64,000. And then finally they're back in New York, and obviously the relationship is strained, and she's waiting for Anna to pay her back the money. It's a whole thing. It's 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 terrible, really. Right, let's see what else the computer's gonna tell me about Anna. Right. So at some point, she went to prison, right? So I'm going to talk to you about the point before she goes to prison. Oh yeah, I forgot about this to tell you about this bit. She wanted to buy this building because allegedly she wants to start this. She wants to build this art gallery slash um like a hotel, art gallery slash hotel situation, and cons the bank people. I'm like, how? She keeps pretending that she's this German heiress. She's waiting to get her money to pay off the bankers, and she very nearly gets away with it. It's awful. It really is. Again, she doesn't just rent a flat or a house. She stays at expensive hotels and then leaves without paying the bill. So she goes from hotel to hotel, and then okay, here we go. So eventually she gets evicted from these hotels. So in October 2017, she was arrested during a sting operation. During her prosecution, it was estimated that she stole around $275,000. Wow, that's a lot. So on April 25th, 2019, Sorokin was found guilty of 8 charges, including attempted grand larceny in the 2nd degree, grand larceny in the 3rd degree, and theft of services. Okay, so that May she was sentenced to 4 to 12 years in prison. Right, so then she was fined $24,000 and ordered to pay restitution of about $199,000. Okay, so in the years since then, there have been at least a couple of documentaries. There's a recent interview of her, and I can't remember if it's on Netflix or Disney, But if you look it up, I'm sure you're gonna find it. It's quite interesting. And I don't know if she ever really changed, because once she came out of prison, she went straight to celebrate with champagne and a bar in Manhattan when the government were trying to figure out what to do with her when she came out of prison. I think they were going to deport her back to Germany, but she somehow evaded them in New York. So let's see what happened since then. Oh yeah, so this documentary called My Friend Anna. It's about her friend that she went to Morocco with and made her spend a bunch of money because obviously that's what Anna did. She just did awful things to people that way by not pretending that she has got money in it when she doesn't really. Alright, what was the other thing? Oh, there's an article which you can look up called How Anna Sorokin, in between brackets, Delvey, tricked New York's party people, and it's by Jessica Pressler. If you look that up, quite a fascinating article. Right, let's have a look when she was released from prison. So after her trial, she was sent to the Bedford Hills Correctional Facility. What? Before being transferred to Albion Correctional Facility in New York. So in February 2021, she was released early from prison, and straight away she returned to Instagram. So after she released, she was taken by ICE into custody for overstaying her visa in March 2021. So on October 5th, 2022, she was granted release from US Immigration and Customs from ICE in Orange County, New York. And this was reported by Bloomberg. So, a part of her release, she had to pay $10,000 bail and is banned from social media. Alright, let's see where she's living now. So, since then, she has lived in a fifth floor walk up East Village apartment building in New York. She's back in New York basically, where she is on house arrest. So because of her immigration case, she's on house arrest, which is still pending at the moment. All right, let's have a look. So she still faces deportation to Germany. Obviously, she's got an ankle monitor. So the ankle monitor was limited to her apartment. But August 2024 last year, she was allowed to travel anywhere within 5 boroughs. That's it. Yeah. So this is quite interesting. So she landed the spot on season 33 of Dancing with the Stars, um, which films in LA. Alright, let's see what projects she's been working on. So, while she was on house arrest, she launched a podcast called The Anna Delvey Show. So, she's still using the fake name. Alright, what else is she up to? Oh, she released a single called um she released a few songs, or a few singles, right, called Porn Stars. Sorry, this is a family channel. PAWN Stars. Sounds awful, that song. Okay. And then she began filming a new reality series. The name of it is Delvey's Dinner Club. Interesting. Or not so interesting. So really it's about her in her East Village apartment in New York, which will have a bunch of people in it, like actors, singers, musicians, socialite, journalists. Right, what else? And as usual, she maintained a social life, still being a socialite in New York, as usual. So she turned 32 in January 2023 and obviously hosted a party in her apartment. Oh, when she was in Dancing with the Stars, she had her ankle monitor still on. That must have been uncomfortable. Let's see if she's got any trouble since then. Oh, so it seems like she now owes her lawyer, which is this bad. Right, so the lawyer is Audrey A. Thomas. So she owes him more than $152,000. She's got a lawsuit attached to that. Which claimed that Sorokin made false allegations against her former attorney in order not to pay. So she's back to her usual shenanigans, it seems. Alright, so there's a lot more now about her other lawyer, previous lawyer, um, regarding her immigration. So her previous lawyer who's dealing with her immigration she just basically didn't pay him. So he goes, another lawyer not paid. Right, what else? Oh, this whole big lawsuit. Okay, we're just gonna skip past. And that's it, really. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. It's been 30 minutes. I hope I do this again tomorrow. And I hope you all have a great evening. Bye.